Hello students, welcome to Marine Engineering Tutorials. I am Atul Kumar Gupta and back with a new tutorial. Presently we are studying marine boilers. Today we have 18th lecture and the topic is rules for safety valves, their setting and emergency operation. Following slide will describe the regulation for safety valves as specified by SOLAS and classification societies. So we are going to learn the rules for safety valves. Number of safety valves required. Regulation require that at least 2 safety valves should be fitted on the steam drum. If boiler is equipped with a superheater, third safety valve should be equipped on its outlet header. Next is the size of the safety valve. Size of the safety valve must not be less than 38 mm in diameter, and the area of the valve can be calculated from the formula C into A into P is equal to 9.81 into H into E, where H is the total heating surface in meter square, E is the evaporation of steam in kg per hour per meter square of heating surface. P is the working pressure of the safety valves in meganewton per meter square absolute. A is the aggregate area through the seating of the valves in millimeter square, and C is the coefficient of discharge depending on the types of valves. We have studied several valves and the coefficient of discharge is given as below. The value of C is 4.8 for ordinary spring-loaded safety valves. It is 7.2 for high lift spring-loaded valves, 9.6 for improved high lift spring-loaded valves, 19.2 for full lift and consolidated safety valves, and 30 for full bore relay operated safety valve. So we can see the specific dimensions of the safety valves in this sketch and the table given aside. So as we can see that the minimum size of the safety valve is 38 mm, which is designated by A, and that is the nominal diameter of the valve. It is the diameter, inside diameter of the valve seat, as you can see here. The other dimensions are also mentioned. We can see that B is the seat landing outer diameter at point this. Similarly, the dimension C is the disc landing inner diameter of the valve disc, and similarly D is the disc landing outside diameter. Here we can see the valves ranging from 38 mm, which is the minimum size, up to 127 mm, and we can see they are applicable for various pressures. This is for 17.24 bar, this group is for 20.68 bar, and the last group, which is shown over here, is for 31.37 bar. And this dimension E is very important, which is the minimum opening, and this opening must be always more than the value specified. Actually, this value can reduce when the valve is in operation and when the valve is overhauled. Some pitting on the valve seat and the disc may be occurring, which is removed by lapping and grinding. So when it is done, so this opening will reduce. So if this opening is reduced below this value, either the seat has to be replaced or the disc has to be replaced. And in this diagram, we can see that there is a special shape given to the valve disc here and similar shape given to the seat. So when the valve lifts little, the steam is forced down into this special shape and then it acts on the lip of the valve, which has also got a special shape. So that is what the description of the valve seat and disc is. Then we continue with the rules for the safety valves. First one is the pop-up pressure of the safety valve. The safety valve must be set at a pressure not above 3% of the boiler working pressure. It is usual to set the pressure of the superheater safety valve below the steam drum pressure to ensure an adequate flow of steam through the superheater to prevent its overheating during this abnormal condition. For the same reason, the superheater safety valve should be set to close last. Superheated steam safety valve should be set as close as possible to the operating temperature, otherwise expansion can affect the correct operation of the safety valve. The next is blow down. Pressure drop between opening and closing pressure is called as blow down. Maximum blow down as per regulation is 5%, although it is usual to set the blow down at 3% to prevent excessive loss of steam. The third is accumulation pressure test. Purpose of the test is to ensure correct discharge capacity of the safety valve and is carried out when the safety valve is new. How it is carried out? When boiler is firing at the maximum rate and steam stop valve closed, the boiler pressure must not increase by more than 10% in 7 minutes for water tube boiler and 15 minutes for smoke tube boilers with the safety valve lifted. So the difference in time is given because the smoke tube boilers, they have more water, so it will take more time to raise the steam, and comparatively the water tube boiler has much lesser water as compared to smoke tube boiler. Coming to this setting of the boiler safety valves, first is who can set the safety valve. Safety valve of the oil-fired boiler must be set by chief engineer in the presence of surveyor. Superheated steam safety valve should be set as close as possible to the operating temperature, otherwise expansion can affect the correct operation of the safety valve. Now we will note important points regarding setting of the safety valve. Pressure should be set by a certified calibrated pressure gauge. Free operation of the easing gear must be confirmed before setting the safety valve. Each safety valve is set independently. For a new safety valve, pressure accumulation test should be carried out to confirm that the safety valve is of correct size. Coming to the last point is special tools required. A gagging tool is required for isolating a safety valve. In the subsequent slide, we will see how the gagging tool looks like. The figure shows a gagging tool which is used to prevent the blowing off of the safety valve when other is being set. This helps in setting both the safety valves independently. Let's see how it is done. So we can see that the valve spindle is coming out above, and this has to be pressed by this tool. And how to secure the tool? It has got the two legs for securing it. It has got the wings for turning the screw, and when it is turned clockwise, the screw will come down and press this spindle so that it cannot be lifted anymore. So here we can see the pressed up screw which holds the spindle. Let us learn the procedure for setting boiler safety valve. The first step is isolating other safety valve. So safety valve should be set when the other safety valve is gagged. Setting the safety valve in stages. Safety valve is initially set at slightly lower pressure, then steam pressure is increased to set pressure and the valve adjusted to lift. Third step is confirmation of the set pressure. Raise and lower the pressure to confirm that it opens at a correct pressure. Next is to lock the set pressure. Compression ring of the correct size is fabricated and fitted in place after splitting in two parts to prevent alteration of the setting due to vibration. Additional lock nut is fitted in yoke type, full lift and consolidated type safety valves. Next is securing the hood. Fit the hood and connect the quarter fork around the spindle for operation of the easing gear and secure it. Next is testing of the easing gear. Operation of the easing gear must be confirmed. The safety valve of waste heat boiler can be set once the vessel is at sea because it is operated when the ship sails out to sea. Chief engineer authorized by the classification society can set the safety valve. The information about the set blow of pressure and blow down should be conveyed to the surveyor for obtaining the credit for the survey. So that is the procedure of setting boiler safety valve. Lastly, we will see how is the easing gear connected to the boiler and how it is operated. So this sketch shows an easing gear arrangement to lift the safety valve manually from a convenient location if it does not lift on its own under steam pressure. After setting the safety valve, a hood is fitted over the spindle and sealed to prevent tampering with the valve setting and to connect the easing gear. So we can see the hood is fitted, which is also sealed so that nobody can alter the setting of the safety valve. And it is provided a slot through which this cotter can be fitted, which is used for operation of the easing gear. So now you can see the cotter which is inserted which has got a fork type arrangement and it is secured by a pin. A quarter is passed through the slot provided in the hood. Forked end of the quarter is secured to the hood by a pin. Then we have wire ropes. Free end of the quarter is attached with a wire rope which passes over a pulley as shown over here, fixed above the safety valve as shown in the sketch. Then we have an operating handle. Free end of the wire rope is fitted with an operating handle at a convenient position, which when pulled down operates the safety valve. Wire rope and pulley should be greased to prevent corrosion and ensure reliability. Easing gear should not be tested very often as it may result in leakage of safety valve and should be operated once in 3 months. And this completes the study of rules for safety valve, their setting and the emergency operation. This book is written by me and covers all the topics as per Indian Maritime University syllabus. It clarifies the concepts with simple illustrations. This book also provides answers to all the questions which have appeared in the examination conducted by Indian Maritime University. This book can help the students in preparing for the exam and also to work on the ship's boiler safely. Hope you have liked the lecture. You can write your feedback in the comment box. If you have liked the tutorial, you may share it with your friends. You may subscribe to the channel for getting notification about the new tutorials. I'll be back with a new lecture shortly. Thanks for watching till the end.